So if you're having trouble generating an exploded assembly of your CO2 car, or you simply couldn't be bothered to do a little bit of work or research to try and figure out how to do it, I'm going to go ahead and walk you through the process and make sure that you have your assembly for your CO2 car, and let's get started. You're going to go and click on exploded, right? So exploded view allows you to then take any part of the car from that tree, or just one at a time. So I'm going to go ahead and select on one, pull on that arrow as far as I want it, and click done. That is going to give me my first step. Then I click on another one, pull on it, and then click done again, and that'll give me a second step. So obviously you're going to be doing this for all of the subsequent parts to make sure that you have one step per part. So don't exit the exploded view menu just yet until you finish all of the steps. So I went ahead and click done on my wheel covers and then all the tires. I'm going to leave the axles in place because I think that looks better. All right. So I've got all of one side. You could leave it that way if you wanted to, or you can go on and do the other side of the car. I'll leave that up to you, but at the very least, if your car is symmetrical, you'd want to have at least one side of the assembly exploded. Okay, so you do the same thing for every part, and at this point, you'll notice we have a bunch of steps saved. So once we're finally done, set it up the way we want to, and then click the green check for OK, we are done. All right, so now the next thing, how do we make the drawing? Okay, so if we go to make a drawing and select your paper size as usual, I don't have the T-Deck one here handy, so I'm just going to do whatever. And then you pick your assembly. Now, on here, once you do that, make sure that you look at this little box and select the ability to be able to pick the exploded assembly. And you click once and you'll notice that it is available to you. I only want the isometric, so I'm going to drop that one and get rid of the other ones. All right, so I get rid of that. I also want to change the color to full solid, making sure that, of course, that you have colored yours at least in some semblance of what you want the final product to look like. And I'm also going to change the scale. In this case, I made it 1 to 2 so that it was a little bit bigger. Move it around in your paper as you wish, and that looks pretty good, right? But it looks pretty empty. We need more stuff. In order to find the bill of materials, go to Tables, Bill of Materials, and it might give you an error saying you first have to select the actual assembly. So click anywhere on your vehicle and you'll get a menu. Once you click on your part on the car, anywhere on the car, you'll get this whole list. Don't worry about it. Just click OK, and automatically this list pops up. Say, oh, that's kind of cool. But every part that is in your car is on this list, and you can move it around. You can resize the table, etc. In my particular case, I don't want everything on here. It's just I can put a description, but the description and the part may be one and the same. So I resize it, but then I decided that I'm going to go ahead and get rid of the description column. So I can click on that and just hit delete. Then if I double click on any one of those lines, it'll give me a question. Hey, do you want to change this so that it looks the way you want it to look on this drawing, or change the global variables? Just say yes, and I change the part number to the car body. And I should have checked, don't bother me anymore. I'm going to change them as I want to, but I'm going to go ahead and change that. So I have all of these parts named the way that I want them named, because the part number for each part may not be what you want to call it. All right, so go ahead and change whatever else you want to change. And I think on the top one for the where it says part number, I was going to go ahead and change that as well. Oh yeah, the axle, 65 millimeter axle. I don't need the word copy. I can get rid of this. Get rid of additional verbiage for the rear wheel. And then finally get rid of the word number. I'm just going to go ahead and leave it as part. Okay, so now I'm going to add some balloons, which are pretty cool because it points to each individual part and what they are. So just go to your menu, click on balloons, and you can select each part and it automatically drops a little balloon with an arrow. And I click on it and it gives it a number. All right, so click where you want to drop it. Well, that's number 6, the CO2 cartridge. And then that's the next one, number 3, which is a holder. And you can line them up in this case just to make them look pretty. And now it's starting to look like a semi-professional drawing, right? So hopefully this helps. Let me know if you have any concerns or issues, but spend a little bit of time on it. All right. Good luck. Let's hope it looks good.